What is up? It's been a hot minute. I actually cannot believe I'm back doing this shit, but kind of wanted to update you guys. I've gotten a lot of Snapchats, messages over YouTube and stuff asking about where I've been, what I've been doing. It's been like 2 years since I've made a video, and here I am. So let's get down to it. So first off, I've been like mass busy working XYZ, and yeah, so stuff's been like kind of popping off for me. So I think last time I left off, I was doing residential construction for like $13 an hour. That's stupid now that I say that out loud. I thought that was like, you know, big dick balling, because I thought like I was making like, oh, I'm making a lot of money and stuff now. So I wasn't. It was, well, I mean, I was working like 60-hour weeks and stuff, which is cool. But you know, at $13 an hour, that's, you know, nothing. So from there, I worked there for like, I think a few months more after I stopped making videos, and prior to that, so probably like an entire, like, I was working there for like an entire like maybe 4 or 5 months. And then from there I quit because work just, it stops. That's what happens when you work for a private company like that. Stuff stops working. You know, there's no work, or, you know, my contractor's out of work, he doesn't have a job lined up or something, and that was the case. It was a really small company. Literally it was me, one employee, and then my boss, and it was like, and we were working on like $3.5 million homes, and it was terrible. I hated it. But other than that, I quit that. I started working for a roofing supply company out of Portland, Oregon, basically just packing shingles. And if you know what shingles are, then you would not want to be doing that. Pardon the shake, bro. Like, I'm driving right now and I got this thing on some like phone mount thing on my window, so it's gonna shake a little bit. Yeah, so that was terrible. I did that for about 4 months. I was getting paid $14 an hour doing that, and that just didn't really, that wasn't what I wanted to do. Obviously, no one should be doing that, but worked there for 4 months. I got in a fist fight with one of my coworkers, this greasy Russian piece of shit motherfucker. I hated him, and so I quit. And from there I left and I worked at a car wash for like 9 months because they were paying the exact same amount of money, and I literally just stood around. There was no pre-cleaning, there was no nothing. I just stood around, pushed a button, took people's money, yada yada yada. So that was the case. And then from there, I worked there for about 9 months, and then from there I started working for the city. Basically became a government employee working for the city and whatnot. And that was fun, but I was getting paid like not enough for what I was doing. And so from there it was kind of like, it was, yeah. And so like I knew, like I thought, and I was getting paid $16 an hour, $17 an hour, something like that. And that was like basically from, it's hard to like find a job that pays more than that, just because, you know, you're not qualified to do anything really. Like, I have certs, I have certifications, like I'm a forklift operator, I'm a boom lift operator certified, certified flagger, certified blah blah blah. And so that kind of leads me into my next point. So at that point I was like, fuck dude, I need to go to college. And I hate college. I hate the idea of college. I hate the idea of setting yourself back, right? So like, hypothetically speaking, I went to college, right? So I feel like I'd be wasting, you know, 2, 3, 4 years of my life or whatever. Also, thousands and thousands of dollars. I was gonna go to like, you know, I was like, oh well, I could go to like community college for a few years, and then, you know, hopefully just get enough in student loans so I can go get like a degree in, you know, some sort of engineering or like machining or whatever. And And so that kind of, you know, I thought that was my option. It was like my only option to make more than like $20 an hour. And I was like freaking out, right? So I'm like, dude, I need to move out. Like, I need to get my own place. Like, I got a new car, and I got to pay for that stuff. And from there, I kind of was just like, I was just not impressed. You know, I was like, I thought I'd be a lot further along. And like I was doing some other side work, stuff like that. I was making good money doing. But again, it was just like, I wanted to have like a job that I could be proud of, something that I could go to every day, be proud of, you know, come home and I'm like, it's my own place. And so, and like something along the lines of that. But you know, and it was really hard to do because like I was convinced that you had to go to college to get a good job, right? To make more than $20 an hour. And so literally, so the job at the city that I was working for, it was a seasonal position. It was like a 6-month seasonal position. I was like on my 5th month and I was freaking out because like after 6 months they just let you go. They lay you off. And I was like, I am not about that right now. And so I need to find something in the meantime, at least paying me $16 an hour, because I've never taken less than that. You know, like I've always gone, like the dollar amount has always gone up. It's never gone down. And I wasn't about to go like, oh, well, I guess I'll just go be a waiter and hopefully I get good tips or something stupid like that. And so, and so, you know, here I am. I got a new job, and so I got a job with an excavation company. I like on a whim, my buddy sent me a phone number and was like, hey, call this guy and ask if he needs any like labor positions to be filled, and if he does, then he'll hire you. And I was like, fuck, okay. I'm like, what are they paying? He's like, I don't know. He's like, it's union though. And I was like, oh, okay. I had no idea what, you know, a union position was or anything about the union, how any of that worked out. And so I called, and the guy was like, yeah, come on down, come do your, you know, interview and stuff, and, you know, we can talk some more about it. And I was like, all right. So I drove over, met up with him. Jesus, dude, get the fuck over then. And so from there, I kind of was exploring the idea of excavation. So I went over there, talked to the guy, hired me on the spot. He was like, we want you, you know, come out or go to your P test, go do your UA, and then go down to the union hall, and go get signed up. He's like, it's going to cost some money, so do you have some money put aside? And I was like, yeah, I got some money put aside. I'm like, not much though. And, you know, I didn't know what that meant, like put money aside. I had no clue what that even fucking meant. I figured like I was going to need like, you know, a few $100s, but I ended up going down to the union hall, and I walked in there. I had no idea what I was doing, mind you. Just keep that in mind. I had no clue what I was doing. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. And so I went in and signed up, and they were like, are you an apprentice or a journeyman? And I was like, let me call the guy who hired me real quick. And I was like, hey, what's up? I was like, am I a journeyman or an apprentice? He's like, oh, you're a journeyman. We're hiring you on as a journeyman. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know what the hell that means, what the value of that is. I was like, okay. So I'm like, I'm a journeyman. She's like, oh, okay. And so, you know, she's like, that's going to be $100, whatever, for your initiation fee, and then your union dues and everything. And so I was like, okay, cool. And so I gave her $100, and that was, you know, she's like, okay, you're going to pay blah, blah, blah out of every paycheck, and, you know, yada, yada, stuff that, you know, union stuff. It really depends on the union in your area, whatever. So I'm currently a journeyman for the local 737 out of Oregon. And I'm an excavation laborer, and I'm getting paid $34 an hour to do what I do. And I'm really good at what I do. And so, you know, that was really exciting. That was a huge turning point in my life. So to answer your question, yes, I did move out. You money's still a stretch. Like, I got a nice place now. I'm sure I'll maybe show you guys what I'm talking about, but that is mainly what's been going on in the past 2 years of not doing anything with any of my YouTube stuff. And so if any of you guys are interested or give a shit, there you go. I keep in contact with like fucking 2 people who are like, we're subscribers or whatever. I'll fucking cut you off real quick. And so, it was just really cool. It was really cool to hear. Like, I was like, I made it, like I moved out. Everything's like a little bit shaky. Like, it's my first month living on my own. But, obviously it's not gonna go smooth as butter or anything. And so, whatever. But, yeah, so I just wanted to fill you guys in. Other than that, yeah, I got a brand new car. It's a 2017 Ford Focus. Nothing special. I didn't get the fucking RS, the ST. I get fucking 45 miles to the gallon, so, pretty happy about that. I sold the Ranger, unfortunately. I did get good money out of it. But other than that, I do I drive a lot for work, so I do like a lot of it really varies on like where my work site's at, but I'll get dispatched out to like a work site, and it could be an hour away, and so like obviously driving a 91 Ranger isn't really the most fuel efficient vehicle, so in the end I'm saving money, you could say, but also spending a lot of money to have this car. And so on and so forth. But other than that, I just want to fill you guys in. If you guys are curious or want to see more, let me know, and we can talk about it, maybe. Yes, I still chew a lot, mainly at work. When I get home, it's more of like a leisure thing, like just before bed or whatever, like I'll chew. But lots of coffee. I play a lot of video games, and I have an Xbox One, so if any of you are curious, add me, and we can play some GTA 5 and do some heists or something with my buddies. So, alright guys, so again, sorry for the delay of producing content or whatever, but talk more about little things, but I just want to keep this short so you guys aren't too bored with me. So yeah, so on and so forth. I will talk to you guys maybe at a later time. Peace, love, and anal.